Finishing up the starting lineup for the Lyons Truck and Trailers 40 for the Vore's Welding CRA late model Sportsman on the outside of row number 7 in position 14. TheAverageAuto.com, We Hop Family Restaurant Chevrolet from Angola, car number 32, Craig Everidge. Starting 13th, the Lyons Truck and Trailer Incorporated, Lyons Motorsports Chevrolet, car number 78, from Brownsburg, Indiana, Keith Lyons.
Starting 12th, Rookie of the Year, points leader in the Ohio State Pallet. Onboard trucking Ford from Columbus, Ohio. That is Matthew Parsons in the 27. Alongside him, another rookie competitor, the McDonald's Restaurants, TrailerFix.com, Chevrolet from Dyer, Indiana, the 9, Tony Brody.
Moving on to our top 10 starters in the 10th starting position, the Metal X Service Mechanical Chevrolet, car number 88 of Tommy Cook from Fort Wayne to the inside in 9th. Watch this car just outside the invert from Louisville, Kentucky, the DCI General Contractors Superb IPC Powder Coating Chevrolet of Trey Craig.
Starting 8th, All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier in the Whitman's Auto Sales, Amore Automotive Chevrolet from Plymouth, Indiana. The number 28 is Sean Amore. Alongside him, the Oak Motors Safe Towing Ford from Newcastle, Indiana. The number 7, that is Jason Atkinson, your points leader.
Last year's champion, Greg Van Alsten, car number 35 from Anderson, starts 6th. The Top Choice Fence and Deck sponsor number 35, Brian Ross, the veteran, car number 16 from Plymouth, Indiana, starts 5th.
Starting 4th at 28 at Terry Fisher Jr., the Cohegan Air Conditioning Chevrolet from Fort Wayne. Alongside him, the Edco Welding Chevrolet from Indianapolis, Indiana, 23 at Billy Van Meter.
Here comes Josh Timmerman in the 09, Jared Thomas in the 96. Green flag is out, coming off of 4. Scotty Menlin waving the flag in the air, and we're underway for the Lyons Truck and Trailers 40 for the Vore's Welding CRA late model Sportsman.
Couple drivers way towards the back. A couple of Jegs CRA All-Stars Tour competitors. Travis Braden's first laps of the weekend. Going to take a couple laps as well as a 2 of Josh Cave. But up front, Josh Timmerman rolls out to the early race lead. Jared Thomas riding in second spot. Coming out of turn 4, leader lap 1, Josh Timmerman.
The top 8 starters even back to 9th, 10th, even beyond, and we've got some contact. Close call for the point leader, Jason Atkinson, closing the door shut. On the front straightaway was Brian Ross. He was not clear. Nearly got into the front straightaway wall. They continue on. There's some slight damage to the left front and some smoke coming off the 7 of Atkinson.
All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier Sean Amore started in 8th. He is already up to the 4th spot and looking at the challenge. A 28 at Terry Fisher Jr. A pair of black and red 28 side by side. They go into turns 1 and 2. Amore with the advantage, but Fisher trying to stay on the high side.
He's passed a few. He needs a couple. Amore, he's up to 3rd. He's going to be looking for 2nd shortly. Right ahead of him is Jared Thomas in the runner-up position. Sean Amore, top qualifier on the move. He's good early on.
Josh Timmerman continues to show the way in the 09 machine. Amore working his way through. He got by Fisher. Now he's going to challenge outside front row starter Jared Thomas in the 96 machine. Sean Amore, already an event winner this year in the CRA Late Model Sportsman Series, leading the Lucas Oil Stock Car Series presented by Hendricks County Points here at Lucas Oil. Now he's going after the lead on Josh Timmerman.
He is wicked quick, and he is making quick work of the top 8 competitors. And he's in the lead. Turn number 1. Unbelievable run so far through the field for car number 28. Top qualifier and 8th place starter Sean Amore has taken the top spot in a stout front of the field.
Working on lap number 5 this time. Official lead change comes on this lap. New race leader Sean Amore in the 28 machine. 5 laps complete, 35 laps to go. Amore, your race leader. Jared Thomas out of the inside of Josh Timmerman. That is 4th spot. Right behind him, 2015 Bearfield Speedway track champion Terry Fisher Jr. He's in 4th. Looking to challenge Josh Timmerman, fellow Bearfield Speedway regular on Saturday nights. They battle for the final podium position in 3rd.
We've seen drivers in the past get out front, run very well early in the race, pull away, but then maybe something happens mechanically or the tires wear off before the end. If that's not the case with Amore today, he could run away with this and really walk the dog, but I think somebody will be there at the end to challenge right now. It's his team car. 28 of Fisher on the bottom lane.
Jared Thomas trying not to let Sean Amore stray too far out in front. Thomas, the 17-year-old driver from North Vernon, Indiana, actually closing the gap on your race leader, Sean Amore. As behind him, Terry Fisher Jr. has cleared Josh Timmerman, put Fisher into 3rd.
You see those 2 cars look very much alike in 1st and 3rd, not team cars, but Amore in the 28. Your race leader get a little bit free coming off of turn 4 that time, and he's not been able to pull away from Jared Thomas. Is that by design? Maybe taking his time once he got out front, setting his own pace, backing it down a little bit so he doesn't wear out his equipment, wear out his tires. But right now, Sean Amor leads. Fisher running in the third spot. In between them in that sandwich is Jared Thomas in a battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, heating up in 3 and 4.
Jason Atkinson clears Josh Timmerman. Give 4th spot to your current points leader. Timmerman shuffled back to 5th. Brian Ross, some cosmetic damage on the right rear. The Jim Blount's Auto Salvage Chevrolet. Ross, a 2-time ARCA CRA Super Series champion, making a rare CRA Late Model Sportsman Series start. Clears Billy Van Meter. He'll go after Timmerman.
That cosmetic damage was from that early incident on the front straightaway, that first lap when he closed the door. You can see the left front of Atkinson's number 7 also has some pretty severe cosmetic damage. In fact, part of the nose piece is gone on the number 7 car. Doesn't help the aerodynamics of the 7 ride.
Especially here at Lucas Oil Raceway, not many of the short tracks we go to, aerodynamics plays a major role. Here, also Winchester Speedway, it does play quite a bit of a role for these CRA Late Model Sportsman Series competitors. As we work on lap 11 this time by Plymouth, Indiana, Sean Amor continues to show the way.
6th, 7th, and 8th, that's the place to watch right now. The 23 of Billy Van Meter running in 6th. Running in 7th, early race leader Josh Timmerman, and in 8th, last year's champion of the series and this year's current point runner-up, the 35 of Greg Van Alst. He runs in the 8th position, looks for 7th in turn 3.
Van Alst to the inside of Josh Timmerman. A good battle for that 6th position. Van Alst now with a slight advantage. Oh, they're deadlocked going down across the start-finish line. As they make their way through turns 1 and 2, Van Alst trying to clear, trying to move on up on Timmerman, but Timmerman with the fender right there coming out of 2.
Good job by the spotter Van Alst to stay car high, gives plenty of room to Timmerman, avoids any mishap coming down the backstretch. It's been clean and green so far. Had some minor scuff-ups of the wall. Had, of course, that little grind up on the front straightaway on that first lap between two of our top contenders, the 16 of Brian Ross and the 7 of Atkinson. Both cars continuing to run relatively well in our top 5. And now the leader, Sean Amor, in heavy traffic. JP Crabtree struggling early in the 83, running along the bottom sideways in front of the leader.
All kinds of traffic in front of your race leader, Sean Amor. That allows the 2nd and 3rd place driver to close the gap. Amor, daring move, 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Thomas goes through as well. Terry Fisher Jr. wisely backs off. Now he'll make it 3 wide. No, he thinks better of it. That allows Jason Atkinson to close the gap. Terry Fisher Jr., another bold move, 3 wide. So does Jason Atkinson. They go through 3 and 4.
Threading the needle, much like sewing with Nancy from the PBS station. The top 4 able to get through pairs of cars in lap traffic, and they're able to do so cleanly. Atkinson has run down Fisher for the number 3 spot. Then it's 3 cars between he and the 16 of Ross. Ross now goes to the bottom side of Derek Bishak.
Ross in the 5th position. Billy Van Meter in 6th spot in the 23. Then you got a 35 of Greg Van Alst 7th. Go back to Josh Timmerman in 8th spot in the 09 machine. Then you go all the way back to Trey Craig in the 9th spot in the 15. He battles with the 10th place driver, making 9th, the 88 of Tommy Cook.
Meanwhile, Keith Lyons in the 78 is pulled pit side. The Lyons Truck and Trailer Incorporated, Lyons Motorsports Chevrolet. Of course, this is the Lyons Truck and Trailers 40 event we do here this afternoon for the Vore's Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman powered by Jegs. Up front, Amor crossing the line with the lead, 17 laps complete. Jared Thomas running in 2nd. About 4 car lengths separate the two. Fisher's run him down in 3rd, and Atkinson may be the quickest car on the track right now. The point leader running down the top 3 despite the damage to the left front.
Sean Amor with the lead, the 28 machine. Next car potentially to go a lap down would be the 00 of Billy Hudson. As Amor, your race leader, Jared Thomas 2nd. A battle brewing once again for the 3rd spot. 28 of Terry Fisher Jr., the 7 of Jason Atkinson. Go all the way back to Brian Ross in the 16, having a bit of trouble getting through some traffic.
I was looking deep in the field. We mentioned the 83 of Crabtree earlier. If he's able to hang on to that race car till the end of this race, he's going to get an award. That thing is a handful. It is wicked loose, wicked sideways, even evil on the straightaway for Crabtree in the 83. As we watch now, Parsons in the 27 has dropped off the pace. Matthew Parsons, one of the regulars on the circuit this year. Problems coming down the front stretch.
Parsons, the Rookie of the Year points leader in the CRA Late Model Sportsman Series. That opens the door for the 9 of Tony Brudy, the 2nd driver in points in the rookie standings. But this time by Adam, we are halfway home. 20 laps completed. 20 laps to go in the Lyons Truck and Trailer Incorporated 40.
Sean Amor continues to work around traffic. Behind him, second and third. Starting to battle, Thomas trying to hold back the 28 car of Fisher. Fisher is there, so is Atkinson. Fisher knows it's time to go. If he doesn't, Atkinson's going to make a pass on him. Through turn number 4, down the front stretch, Amor leads lap 21.
Tony Brody goes down a lap in the number 9 machine. As the battle for third, Atkinson looks to the inside, but Fisher Jr. so strong on the high side. The number 28 machine. And we got trouble in turn number 4. It is JP Crabtree in the 83 car. Crabtree goes around. He'll keep moving forward, but the caution flag comes out. Trouble for JP Crabtree.
My crystal ball did not let me down. Crabtree, as I mentioned a few laps ago, just looked like a car that was wicked as he tried to control it around this oval, and he's had some great runs with the late model Sportsman, and I think here in the past actually has made some moves come through the field. Today he qualified deep in the pack, started 18th, but Crabtree in that 83, something definitely not right on that machine as he was just doing all he could to keep it in the right direction, and got a little out of shape there. Kept it out of the wall though. 20 laps in, 20 laps to go in the Lyons Truck and Trailers 40.
Field doubles up as his double file restarts in CRA. The leader in this case, the 28 of Sean Amor, has the option of choosing the inside or the outside lane. Whichever lane he chooses, in this case, is the outside. That forces your second place driver, the 96 of Jared Thomas, to the inside lane. They then line up 2 by 2 the rest of the way through the field. And that is your CRA double file restarts as Sean Amor on the outside of row number 1. Leads the field into 3 and 4. The CarlinCars.com pace car pulls off on the pit road. Chief starter Scotty Midland's got the green flag. Oh, Thomas with problems with the 96. Thomas, a hard right. Everyone had to take a base of action there. As Thomas suddenly just veered right in direct path of the competitors. Definitely some damage on Thomas's TK trucking Ford. Tough break for the 17-year-old driver from North Vernon, Indiana.
Thomas trying to stay alongside the race leader, Sean Amor. When the green came out, he went up the banking, made a little bit of contact with the left rear of Amor, probably cut down the tire at that point, then had no control over the steering, went up the banking in front of oncoming traffic. Could have been a lot worse for other competitors. It's a terrible break for Jared Thomas. Had a great run going on in the second spot. The North Vernon, Indiana driver heading back to the pits with a flat tire and some suspension damage, most likely on the right front as he heads pit side. Double file restart, as we will see all afternoon long in competition here at Lucas Oil Raceway. On the outside lane, the race leader and top qualifier. What quick work he made of the field early on, but has not really been able to run away with this one. Sean Amor, the Plymouth, Indiana driver, will start picking up the pace at the stripe over in turn 3. Terry Fisher Jr. on the inside lane. We're set for green coming off of turn 4. Scotty Midland looks him over. This one going to be a cleaner restart. Atkinson going to look to fall in line. Will he go high or low on Fisher? He'll stay in line right now. The green is out. We're back underway with 20 laps in.
And the pair of black and red 28s trying to check out from the 7 of Jason Atkinson. Behind Atkinson, the 16 of Brian Ross trying to hold off defending series champion Greg Van Alst. Defending fall brawl winner Billy Van Meter in the 6th spot. And the number 23 behind him. Great battle between Josh Timmerman in the 09, the 15 of Trey Craig, the 88 of Tommy Cook.
Watching Trey Craig, who you would expect to be one of the quick ones here today, but he struggled in the 15 car just outside the invert, missing it by 1 spot yesterday in qualifying. Right now trying to hold off Tommy Cook in the 88 car. That's pretty deep in the field, but up front, the top 3 in a breakaway over the 16 of Brian Ross.
The 228 cars duking it out for the lead. Sean Amor, your all-star performance fast qualifier, trying to hold off Terry Fisher Jr. and the familiar black and red number 28s as the pair of 28s continue to try to pull away, putting a couple car lengths between themselves and current points leader Jason Atkinson.
Fisher's car rolling the middle very well in that 2nd spot. Amor a little bit better on exit of the corner, but again you see Fisher able to use a little bit of a lower lane, close the gap right up to the rear bumper, off the corner, Amor just a little bit more straightaway speed, but as this race wears on, the straightaway speed might not be quite as important. The tires start to wear a little bit. Fisher might be in good shape. He doesn't wear his stuff out as quickly, and right now it's a 3-car battle at the front of the field.
Top 3 cars pull away as the 16 of Brian Ross in the 4th spot. 5th spot belongs to 35 of Greg Van All. 6th and 23 of Billy Van Meter. 7th to 09 of Josh Timmerman. The battle for 8th continues between the 15 of Trey Craig, the 88 of Tommy Cook, and the 32 of Craig Everidge, rounding out the top 10.
3-wide battle on the backstretch heading off into the 3rd corner. Parsons will slow it down in the middle. He had to the high side the 31 of Bishak, the 83 of Crabtree to the inside. Crabtree after that pit stop and his spin that happened just before that is a little bit better than he was before the caution. 15 laps remaining, going to be 14 laps to go. Car off the pace down in turn 1 on the bottom side. The 24 car of Andrew Royer.
26 in, 14 to go. Top 3 cars still single file as they make their way around Lucas Oil Raceway. The laps continue to wind down. First potential battle is for the 5th position. Defending series champion Greg Van Alst trying to hold off defending fall brawl winner Billy Van Meter as they go through turns 3 and 4.
Van Meter's car running well in the inside lane. Tough to pass here at Lucas Oil Raceway despite plenty of room and a wide racetrack. Just that outside lane momentum so important. But right now, Billy Van Meter trying to make it happen and trying to make it happen cleanly. He pulls up to the door coming off of turn number 2. It is for the 5th position. Billy Van Meter, the young driver of car 23, and the defending point champion, Greg Van Alst, for that 5th spot.
Sean Amor trying to put some real estate between himself and the fellow black and red number 28 of Terry Fisher Jr. They continue to battle. Laps continue to wind down. The Lyons Truck and Trailer Incorporated 40 for the Vore Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman Series powered by Jegs. This time by going to be 29 laps completed as they make their way out of turn number 4.
Saw them get into pretty heavy traffic earlier in this one, and they were able to get through it by splitting some of the cars to the high side and the low side. The first 2 that they're going to get to, the 13 car of Jeremy Everding and the 0 of Chris Brand, should be able to get by those 2 smoothly, and then by the end of this one, they should probably catch the tail end of the field in some pretty heavy traffic.
This time by 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go for Sean Amor. The 28 cars, he tries to hold off Terry Fisher Jr. Fisher Jr. has regrouped. Now he's right back on the back bumper of Amor as they make their way down the backstretch. Both 28 cars trying to leave current points leader Jason Atkinson.
Fisher looking to the outside lane. Amor's closed up the bottom. Fisher was running down there a number of laps, and Amor said, I can't give him the inside, but he sure enough can't give him the outside. He's trying to run right in the middle, protect both lanes as much as possible, keep the momentum down of Fisher, pulled up to the left rear quarter panel. But again, Amor pulls ahead with that straightaway speed.
And Jason Atkinson has rejoined the battle between the pair of 28s. Fisher looking to the high side. Amor shuts the door. Coming out of turn number 4, Atkinson is right there. The number 7 machine, top 3 trio. Heading into turns 1 and 2 one more time.
Fisher again looking high. This time he's got to run on him down the backstretch, and Amor is going to close the door. Fisher had to check up. If that happens on the last lap, there might not be checking up. In fact, it might happen again right here. Fisher to the high side, Amor on the inside for the lead re-race. Turn number 4, Fisher to the top spot.
Terry Fisher Jr. takes over the lead with 7 laps to go. As Fisher now trying to get away. Here comes Jason Atkinson. He'll try the high side of Sean Amor. And Amor slams the door coming out of turn number 2.
And of course, Atkinson point racing as well. Wants that championship, leading the points. He's going to close that gap quickly. He is quicker than Amor, and we talked about it earlier in this race, Matt. Just because Amor passed 7 cars in the blink of an eye over the first couple of laps didn't mean that he would be the quickest at the end, and he's not. He's got a couple of cars quicker than he is, and right now they're showing their strength. The 7 car of Atkinson moments away from mounting another challenge.
This time by, when they come by, Chief starter Scott Millen will show 5 fingers. He's not waving at him high. He's telling him 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go for Terry Fisher Jr. The 28 machine. He's starting to pull away from Sean Amor. The 28 is Jason Atkinson. The 7 is Atkinson. Looks to the inside.
Atkinson low side, Amor outside. Maybe shaking up this battle a little bit will be the slower traffic of Bishak. In fact, they do go single file. Pretty hard battle back behind them as well as in our top 5. The 35 of Greg Van Alst looking for 4th with Brian Ross, but watching for 2nd down in turn 1. Atkinson had the opening to the outside. He takes the 2nd spot away.
Laps continuing to click off. Time running out. Terry Fisher Jr., already an event winner in the CRA Late Model Sportsman Series this year, came right here at Lucas Oil Raceway looking for win number 2. In the CRA Late Model Sportsman Series, he is 3 laps away.
Fisher leading the way, and his lead is sizable without any issues getting around these slower cars on the backstretch. Fisher should have clear sailing ahead, put it on a nice Sunday cruise out in front of the pack. 2 laps to go for Fisher. Final 2 circuits for the 28 car of Terry Fisher Jr.
Terry Fisher Jr.'s had a banner 2015 racing season, looking to cap it off one more time here in late September. Fisher Jr. with a very comfortable 2-second lead over current points leader Jason Atkinson, who threads the needle through traffic. This time by, the white flag is out. 1 lap to go for Terry Fisher Jr.
Fisher makes his way off into the first corner. He's got some smoke starting to come out of the car. Something may be laying down in that number 28 ride. Atkinson trying to close the gap. Is Fisher going to make it to the end? He could almost coast from turn 4, but definitely something going wrong with the 28 ride. Into turn 4, they come to the checker.
Fisher Jr. on a turn number 4, checkered flag in hand. Your winner is going to be Terry Fisher Jr. in the 28 car. Jason Atkinson comes home in 2nd. Back to Sean Amor for 3rd. Brian Ross finishes in 4th. Billy Van Meter rounds out the top 5.
Van Meter happy with his 5th place run. His hand out the window. 6th spot goes to the 35 of Greg Van Alst. Finishing 7th. We look back a little ways. It's going to be the 09 of Josh Timmerman. 8th spot to Trey Craig in the 15. 9th to the 88 car of Tommy Cook. And rounding out the top 10, the 32 of Craig Everidge. Pretty good race to start our day. The McGonigal Engine Performance CRA Fall Brawl at Lucas Oil Raceway, Indianapolis. Just a caution or 2 slowing the pace of this one here this afternoon. Be interesting to see what was maybe starting to go awry on the number 28 car. Your winner, Terry Fisher Jr., maybe didn't sound quite right the last couple of laps. Saw some smoke coming from the ride. He pulls into victory lane nonetheless. An impressive run. It was all about the 28 cars. The other 28 car, not a team car. Sean Amor, top qualifier, coming from 8th to 1st, and basically the blink of an eye early on in the race. Didn't run away from the field, though. Atkinson and Amor right there with the 28 car of Fisher down the stretch, and Fisher was just a little stronger than the other 2. Claims the victory here this afternoon, his 3rd victory in CRA Late Model Sportsman competition, brought to you by Vore's Welding.